Earlier this year at Michigan International Speedway, I had an opportunity to speak with a personal hero of mine, the king of NASCAR, Richard Petty, number 43 in the STP car. If anybody knows this track, Richard Petty, the king of NASCAR, knows this track. How do you rate MIS when you were in your racing days?
I always liked the racetrack. I think the majority of the drivers always liked the racetrack because it wasn't a one-groove racetrack. When they start, they all run around the inside, and then they move to the middle, and then they move to the outside. And so it's the kind of racetrack you do a lot of drafting on. You got a good handling car, then you can make up the straightaway speed. And a lot of times if it don't handle good, you got enough down the straightaway. So there's a lot of different areas that the drivers and the crews can cover to still make a very competitive race. And again, I think sometimes the pit crew don't like it because it's kind of hard to get the cars set up, but the drivers, I think, as a whole, really like the racetrack.
When Richard Petty would come to MIS, did you know there was going to be success? Was there a lot of successes in your past here in MIS?
Well, you never know. Just because you run good on one kind of racetrack is no sign you run good there on another kind of racetrack. But if you look back through all the history and even today, the guys that run good in one place usually run good somewhere else too. So, it might be one person that really runs this racetrack better than anybody else, but in the scheme of things, it doesn't really show up.
Is it tough being a bystander, or do you still want to get in a car every once in a while?
I give that up in '92, and I went cold turkey with it, and I hadn't been back in a competitive race car since then. So, I've not done any testing or any of that kind of stuff. So, I just felt like that when I got out, it'd be better to get out and just leave it. Yeah, you miss it. I mean, do anything for 35 years, whether you like it or not, you're going to miss it.
Did you encourage Kyle to get into it? Is this something you always wanted him to do?
No, not really. Really encouraged him to do something else. But when he was about 18 years old, he decided that, hey, that's the way I want to go. And so, from then on till now, that's what he's been pursuing. Even though he's been out on a lot of other things, doing a lot of other things, I don't think maybe he was as dedicated to the racing as we were. But in the long scheme of things, he's done a pretty good job for us.
It must be pretty nice having basically the king to go fall back on for information.
Well, yeah, the only thing about it, you don't listen to it, and it's so technical now that, what happened, what worked 10 years ago or 20 years ago doesn't work today, or what happened 5 years ago. Every year it gets faster and faster as far as the technology into racing. So a lot of times just because you got experience doesn't mean a whole lot.